During the summer of 2023, we moved to a remote Scottish Hebridean island to be its only two residents, along with our 2 pet sheep and pair of cats. These remote islands seem to retain an old-fashioned rhythm and a charm which we find encouraging us to live a more frugal and simple life, the way man was perhaps more intended to. We have an ancient stone cottage to restore, veggies to grow, livestock to build up, fish to catch and smoke, a boat to buy, and much more. Step back in time with us at the Scottish Isle.
So that's Skye.
That's Skye.
Rum.
Rum, yeah.
I don't think the camera can see Eigg, but Egg's there. We went out into Mallaig.
Went to visit Mallaig, yeah.
We need to take an outboard motor, didn't we?
Well, we're going to Arisaig to take an outboard motor to the marina there to get it serviced, see if we can get it working. That's stunning beaches along this coastline.
So
Sand's frozen though.
We're between Mallaig and
Arisaig.
Yeah, it's weird. I've never been on frozen sand before. I mean, seriously, I've never been on frozen sand before. Solid, isn't it?
Yeah, all the seaweed's frozen too.
But that's something of a view, isn't it? The camera just can't do that view justice. It can't. But there's snow on all the peaks of all the islands.
You can just see the pointy mountains are on Skye. They're Coolin mountain range. I'm going to go and look at the rock pools.
Yeah, we need to investigate. Have you found anything?
Nope. Lots of limpets.
It's an artefact.
It's a pipe.
It's probably an old bit of waste pipe, isn't it? That was a bit loud.
You're finding yourself being noise sensitive.
Yeah, I said to you, didn't I? It's when you come out into the...
Oh no.
What?
A mudlarking. Well, it's sandlarking really, isn't it?
Well, as I was saying earlier, when you come out into the into civilization and loud
white,
noises.
Smooth bit of quartz.
Let me have a close up. It's very white, that, isn't it?
Very white.
It's lovely. It's a lovely piece of stone, that.
It's gone in my pocket, see?
There's another bit there, near your foot. A small piece, look. Yeah.
That's a bit of shell. Very peaceful, isn't it?
Yes. Well, you can see where the tourists come here. As we was driving down here, there's like a coastal route, and it's just peppered with holiday lets all along the coast. Nearly every building you see is a holiday let.
There's obviously lots of razor clams around here to see what they do when they're burrowing, right? We don't eat them though, they're mussels and clams and things like that. I know they're free food, but they're like filters, right? They're like the kidneys of the sea, and I don't like the idea of eating that. I don't think it's very clean.
We've chosen not to eat shellfish.
Yeah. See these, if you pour salt in them,
They come up, yeah.
The razor clams come up.
Do you rate that?
Yeah.
You actually here, if you look, it's like the process of sand being made. You don't necessarily see this a lot, do you?
Getting ground down into
the shells
sand.
actually, you're seeing the shells in like the kind of mid state before they get gone. Look at it. So everything is so smooth.
What a gorgeous day.
Just like thousands and thousands of seashells.
Well, this is an old kirk, isn't it? Oh, the snowdrops coming out.
There's a lot of McDonald's buried here.
Yeah. Very much a McDonald's area. Look at these.
Snowdrops already. It's unusual, isn't it? See people buried actually in the... Do you reckon this was the old chapel?
Of course. It's an old one too.
I was going to say, I wonder how old this is.
We've got crocuses coming up as well. Come and see this. How ancient those tombstones are, grave markers. When they're tall and thin, that shape, they're very, very old. I can't make out anything on them, but apart from that there, see, something there.
You can just see a bit of carving, can't you? It's nearly all gone. It's a shame that they never protected these.
Important people to be, to the community, to be buried inside the old kirk. I want to go and see what's in the end part.
William MacDonald.
Come and see this.
The old fonts here.
In loving memory of the Macmillans of Morich, Duncan, Sarah and Christina, who provided a safe, loving home to so many children. That's lovely. But I want to see your reaction when you look in there. Go on.
Oh my God. That's incredible, isn't it?
Obviously, boats were an important part of the community.
So what is it? It's like is it like a lion or something? There's a man holding a Celtic cross.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, a boat.
Maybe some sort of teeth. And that's
An angel. Yeah, that's like a beast of some kind, isn't it?
Well, obviously it says RGM, but what's that? A? I'm going to need to look that up. And there, look, down here. Well, look here. This is a more recent carving of the same thing, right?
Yeah. I noticed that, but yeah. So it is a lion.
Family crest. Watching over the waters of Loch Nuncal stand the medieval ruins of Kilmory Kirk, which is thought to get its name from the Gaelic Kilmoruva, literally Church of the Bald Red-Faced Man. Mulruva refers to the 7th century Irish Christian responsible for establishing several kirks along the west coast of Scotland. As is often the custom with Scottish history, there are two different versions. Who precisely was responsible for building the chapel varies depending on how pragmatic or romantic the storyteller feels at the time of reciting the tale. The sober-headed report that Ian Moidertuch, John of Moidart, the 8th Clanranald war chief, first built a similar chapel on the Isle of Eigg before establishing Kilmory. More maudlin a tale is of the famous cattle thief of the 15th century, Ewan of the Raids, who, spontaneously overcome with guilt for his freeloading ways, resolved to build a church for each of his past raids. We can assume the latter tale is the fanciful one, given that Ewan was a Cameron, and it would have been highly unusual for him to be allowed to build in MacDonald's territory, but also because his attempts at self-atonement fell short, or rather he did when he was later cut off by the executioner's axe. The kirk likely went out of use when the 19th century church was built nearby, and now, like so many similar ancient structures, it keeps its peace about the people it sheltered within its walls, and about the way things once were.
as you can see, we had another frost last night, making everything look beautiful again. Well, even more beautiful than usual. It's very cold, I can hardly talk. Wait till the sun hits this. So I'm on the mainland, just over from the crossing where we go over on the boats. In that direction is the old schoolhouse and the old farmsteads. But there were quad tracks coming down here, and I'm assuming that this is when the gamekeeper comes and stalks some of the deer. They've got permission to do that on the mainland, but not on the island. Even though this bit of ground is still owned by the, I don't know, no. The track is owned by the owner. And a bit, you know, a bit of land that stretches out from that. I'm just going to climb to the top of this peak here, where this tree is, and just take a panoramic view. The sun is now coming up. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Let's just climb up here and we'll get the emerging vista together. It's a bit steeper than I expected. Standing on the frozen heather. Casey's just called me, so I want to go and pick her up. She's going to be waiting down near the boats. Look at that view. Just focus on that for a while. I absolutely adore it when it's like this. If there's anywhere in the world that is this temperature and looks like this throughout the year, let me know about it. Well, I was going to say we'll move, but I don't think that's happening.
Come with me. I'm positive I'm positive I heard clopping last night. Did you hear any?
No.
Yes.
How many?
I don't know, but there's something. So, take it in.
You're so desperate to catch whatever it is.
It's just,
But it's going to be a deer, isn't it?
it
Can't be
is,
anything
but
else.
can you imagine the size of the deer? You're going to get a really good perspective.
And it's only, obviously they've only just started doing this because it's only been cleaned out for the last 4 or 5 months.
Speaking of which, even just one season and you can see that it already needs leaves cleaning out from it again, so no wonder it didn't work. But it works now.
Well, blasting that out's like a 5-minute job, so.
Alright, I'm going in.
Okay,
See
well.
what we see.
Alright. Gloves. Well, I'm immediately hitting stone.
What's the chat?
Say again?
What's the chat?
What's the chat?
Yeah.
There isn't any chat. Just digging.
There I was, digging me hole, all in the ground.
Showing your age now, singing Bernard Cribbins.
God rest his soul. So what are you finding then?
It's like a million loose stones. I haven't found any paving slabs yet, but then there won't be, will they? I mean, especially over where you are. You're probably going to have to dig down about 8 or 9 inches where you are now before you get to the actual natural level. But that's all the weeds and everything cleared out the way. It still needs a bit more work doing to it from the point of view of cultivating it to get rid of all that rubbish, but the rain's beating us off again. So that's a bit worrying down there. I'm hoping that that isn't the foundation of the house. Yeah, it can't be. It goes down lower here, look. up on the mainland at the post box as such. I actually come here to collect some food. The Morrison's delivery van has just left, and I was just about to go and I thought, oh, post. What do we think that is? Don't see any logos anywhere. Oh, look, there we go. Finally arrived. Yeah, it's great news that we've now got Starlink, because Scotnet have been throttling our speeds, controlling our bandwidth, and I mean really badly, to the point that we can't even watch television in an evening. So yeah, excellent. Let me just go and get this. Well, unfortunately for me, this is going to be a very, very slow drive back to the cottage, because this is going to bounce around. I've got no... Actually, it might have a few bungees that I can tie that down with, so I'm going to do that now. Well, it's the best I can do. I don't think it's going to do much at all, to be honest. I can't stretch the bungees enough, and you know what these things are like when you stretch them too far. Don't want them pinging back in my face. Back to the cottage.
You're back from your shopping collection trip.
It's a lot more exciting than just like food and beer and wine.
What is it? Whoa.
It's a bit dirty though. You know, when you think about how much this cost, I'm not really that impressed with the packaging.
No.
Are you?
No.
I mean, look at it. I mean, I know that's only the base, I think. Do you know what this is?
Yes, some fabric that I'm using to reupholster a chair I've been asked to reupholster.
What, is it the leather? Or
No.
oh.
Sheep food. Oh, okay, well that's more like it.
Yeah, but even so, I'm just not impressed with the packaging. Oh. It's you've got no idea how slow. I have not driven that quad that slow since the very first day I was on it.
Precious cargo.
Good God.
Game changer. Thank you everyone